Hello guys, the JB family here, JB Vlogs. And in today's scary Halloween video, we're reacting to the KFC Hero Series by Mr. Scary Tales. His link will be in the description below. Fun fact about me is I watch Mr. Scary Tales off camera too. And his stories are very entertaining. So if you want to check him out, and if you want to check out this video specifically, then without my commentary over it, of course, the link to this video will be in the description below. So yeah, the link will be in the description below, and let's continue. I was thinking we could do like 3 stories from this video, and then that will be like it for the Halloween video. Or we might just react to a couple videos, a couple stories in this one video. But if you guys want me to, if you guys want to see more of this, which I would do, I would absolutely do more of it. You don't have to, but if you want to see more, please let me know by leaving a comment below. But let's continue this video. Or rather said, let's start the video. Story 1.
I used to work in a KFC a few years back. Later, I went back to my hometown, which is why I left the job. But this is not the only reason why I got fed up with the job. Common dine-outs like this often see customers of all kinds. So, this one-time experience kind of terrorized me for life. I worked at the counter as a cashier, so I had to deal with the customers directly. One night, I was sitting behind the counter and counting the cash at the end of the day when I heard the entrance door fly open. 2 boys came inside. One had red hair and a pale complexion, while the other had a bun tied with dirty long hairs dangling from his oily head. They were about 15 or 16 years old. Both of them had a very unclean presence. Their clothes seemed like they hadn't been washed in a long time. I could see dirt in their fingernails. A bad odor took over as soon as they approached the counter. "A bucket of fried chicken, please," the red-haired boy said in a cold voice while raising a $20 note at me. The boy with the bun wore a dirty sweatshirt on that hot summer night. As they stood there like 2 fishy customers that I would never want to meet at the end of my late-night shift, I realized troubles are waiting for me. I told them to take a seat and went inside to tell Ralph about our last order. Ralph was the night cook who joined recently. While giving him the orders, I told him how sketchy those boys looked to me. Ralph laughed and said, "I'm sure there won't be any petty thieves, Lucy. You go keep an eye on them. I will be there with the fried chicken soon." I went back and saw those 2
Thank
boys
you,
were wandering
Ralph.
around the restaurant like they were walking in their homes. The red-haired boy was observing each detail of the shop. I even saw him noticing the security camera too attentively. With their behavior, I could tell they had some other intention. After wandering around for some time, they sat at a table nearby and started to talk in a low but deep voice. I could hear their full conversation, but I heard them addressing each other by the name of Jackson and Liam. The red-haired boy was Jackson, and the other one was Liam. So far, I didn't hear Liam say a single word to me. He was the quieter one, and also the most mysterious among the 2. He had lots of cut marks on his face, and every 5 seconds, looking at me in a very creepy way. I even saw him licking his lips while he laid his eyes on me. The cold stare and their inaudible whispers were making me even more anxious. Suddenly, Liam got up and went out of the restaurant. I wanted to ignore it, as this was none of my business, but I still asked, Where did your friend go?" Jackson smiled and said, to take a leak. How long will it take? I smiled awkwardly and said, Not much. Our cook will bring the food soon. You guys are our last customers for the night. Hence, it's taking time to arrange everything before closing the shop. After a few minutes, Liam came back and sat beside his friend, just like before. I waited and waited for Ralph to come out, but time went away. My level of patience gave in, and I got up and walked to the
Did
kitchen.
they oof him?
The minute I stepped inside the kitchen,
I'm gonna pause that right here just to let you know these stories tend to get a little graphic. So, late disclaimer, if you don't like graphic stuff, then please click off of this video now. If you are still here and if you don't like graphic stuff and you're still here, then thank you for sticking around, but continue watching with caution. But I have to give that disclaimer because I know these stories can get a little graphic sometimes. But let's continue.
the electricity went out. It wasn't a power cut, as I could see the streetlight on the highway shining bright. Someone purposefully turned off the power switch. I checked into my pockets and took out my phone. While trying to turn on the flashlight on my phone, I took a step further in the dark and stepped onto a gooey liquid that had a weird metallic stench. Damn it, Ralph! Didn't you clean the kitchen? I screamed in the dark. I swished.
Sorry for the cussing. I can't help that. That's in the video. I mean, I could edit it out, but I'm not. We over here at the JB family, we don't edit stuff. Well, we edit stuff, but we try to not edit stuff out unless they're like really, really bad. So sorry for the cussing. It's in the video, but sorry for the cussing. Like for them cussing, sorry about that. If I have any young viewers, then click off of the video now because I'm sure there might be more cussing coming. And once again, I am very sorry for the cussing, but let's continue.
On my flashlight, and as it hit the floor, I saw what I just stepped in. There was a pool of blood on the kitchen floor that came from a deep stab wound on the body of our night cook, Ralph. Oh my God. I turned around to leave when I got face to face with Jackson. He stood there with a blood-soaked knife in his hand and smiled at me. I remembered there's a back door, so I turned around to escape from there. I was a few inches away from the back door when Liam entered the kitchen. So this is what he did when he went outside. My God. He entered the kitchen from the back door and stabbed poor Ralph to death. These young boys are cold-blooded criminals. They cornered me from both ends, and I knew now it would be my turn to get slashed at their hands. What? What do you want? I said in a terrified voice. She is willing to give us what we want.
We're probably just gonna react to one story, which is this one, by the way. So, just to let you know, we're probably gonna react to one story, but let's continue.
Jackson said while laughing like a psycho. Let's go to the counter. He said and...
Oh, there's a squid game, or a squid game ad.
and raised the sharp, bloody knife at me. I tried to be calm because one wrong move can silence me forever. They escorted me back to the eating area, and when we reached near the counter, Liam pushed me from behind. I tripped accidentally and hit my head on the marble desk. Blood rushed down immediately, and I started crying in pain. Just tell me what you guys want. Please, just let me go. Yes. We don't want to murder a poor, weak woman. It doesn't worth anyway. We just want the money from the cash register. That's all. You guys are doing this for some money? There's still time. You two are too young to destroy your life like this. Do you have any idea what the cops will do to you if they ever catch you? Suddenly, I saw Liam's face turn pale. For the first time, he looked scared. He said in a fumbling voice, Maybe we should just leave, Jackson. I don't want to go to prison. Jackson grabbed his shoulder and screamed furiously. Don't chicken out now. This bitch is just trying to mess with us. We won't get caught. He slapped me hard across my cheek, making my lips bleed, and said, Just give us the money. We don't need your lecture, lady. Jackson gave the knife to Liam and snatched my phone from my hand. Now go to the cash register. Go! He screamed. The flashlight on my phone was the only source of light, till now. I knew these boys turned off the power so that the security camera fails to record them. But I didn't want them to go so easily. An idea came to my mind. I stopped and said, the cash register is automated. I need to access the computer to open it. I hope you're not trying to be smart with me, lady, because I'll cut your throat and then dump your face inside that hot fryer in the kitchen. I made them understand that is the case when it really wasn't. They whispered to each other for a few more seconds, and Liam went inside the kitchen to turn on the power. As soon as the power came on, Jackson said, Turn off the security camera. I know you can do that from your computer. Do it! Now! I could have easily faked that and let their entire act get recorded by the camera. But I actually did turn it off, because my plan was something more sinister. I opened the cash register and loaded the money inside a bag. As Jackson came close to take the bag from me, I grabbed his head and slammed it hard on the desk. The sudden strike hit him so hard that he didn't even get the chance to scream. Half of his face got smashed as flesh and blood poured out of his wounds. I took my phone from his hand.
That is violent.
Liam walked in from the kitchen and got shot, realizing the tables have turned. He ran towards the exit at full speed, and I was ready for my next move. He was inches away from me as he had to walk past the counter. That's when I threw chili flakes on his face. I had already taken them from the kitchen when these two dumb boys were hacking in the dark. He screamed in burning pain and fell on the floor. I ran at him and snatched the knife from his hand. I stabbed them both to death. I closed the store, cleaned all the mess, and wrapped their bodies in garbage bags.
She's a murderer.
To burn the waste. I called 911 now and hid their bodies inside the incinerator. The cops came and took my account on a robbery done by two mad young boys. The security camera had the footage of them entering and wandering inside the restaurant in the very beginning. The cops identified them as escaped thugs who had past records of burglary and other crimes. The story flashed in the morning news as two boys murdered the night cook and tortured a lady employee of KFC, then took all the money and ran away. I went back the next day and burnt their bodies in my free time. Only I had the access to the basement, so my secret remained pretty safe. I continued working there for a month or two, and then left the job for a fresh start. The boys are still on the wanted list. I am still the poor victim in everyone's eyes, when in reality, I got away with murder.
Yeah, I would say.
Hey guys.
You murderer. This guy is a murderer. But that's pretty much gonna be it for this Halloween special video. And please, I know I would hope that most people would be smart enough not to do what he did in this video. Please don't do what he did in this video. I hope no one gets in a situation like that. But if it does so happen, and I pray that no one gets in a situation like that. But those situations are possible. Please call the cops and let the professionals handle it. Yes, it's good to defend yourself, but it's even better to be smarter in situations, in any situation, like any situation, it's good to be smart than to, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just, once again, I pray that no one gets in a situation, right? A situation like that. But those situations are possible. But I pray that no one gets in a situation like that, like I said. But those are possible, like I stated a minute ago. And if you do find yourself in a situation like that, which I pray no one finds yourself in a situation like that, but if you do find yourself in a situation like that, please call the cops and let the cops handle those types of situations, because it's better to be smart for your safety than be brave for your safety. But once again, I'm sorry for the cussing in this video. In his video, not my video, but in Scary Tales video. I'm sorry that he had cussing in his video. And I'm sorry for the, for the cussing that he had in his video. But that's gonna be it for this video. I will see you in the next installment of our Halloween Spectacular. See you in the next scary Halloween video.